Welcome to the SU Ag Center's 20th Celebration Speaker Series. Today's guest speaker is Dr. Kirkland Mellad.
Good afternoon. I am Miles Sam and I serve as the Student Ambassador for the Southern University College of Agriculture, Family, and Consumer Sciences. It is my honor to welcome you to the Southern University Agriculture Research and Extension Center's 5th event in the 50-minute 5-part speaker series in celebration of the 20th anniversary of the establishment of the Southern University Agriculture Research and Extension Center. Please use the chat box to make comments or ask questions. Any questions not answered will be posted with answers on the SU Ag Center's 20th anniversary webpage. At this time, I would like to recognize Dr. Orlando F. McMeans, Chancellor of the Southern University Agriculture Research and Extension Center and Dean of the Southern University College of Agriculture, Family, and Consumer Sciences. Dr. McMeans began his tenure at Southern University in September of 2019. He brings a plethora of knowledge and experience relating to agriculture, research, extension, and the 1890 land grant community. On behalf of Dr. McMeans, I would like to thank today's speaker, Dr. Kirkland Mellad, for taking time out of his schedule to provide pertinent information related to his SU Ag Center roles and experiences. Also, thank you to all of the students, ambassadors that have participated in the 20th anniversary speaker series events. And last but not least, thank you to all of the attendees joining us on this webinar. Now I'd like to introduce Mr. Rayvon Hall, who also serves as a student ambassador. Mr. Hall will now introduce our speaker.
Good afternoon. Dr. Mellad received his Bachelor's of Science degree in Animal Science in 1970 from Tuskegee University and the Master's and Ph.D. degree in Dairy Sciences, specializing in reproductive physiology from the Ohio State University in 1972 and 1974, respectively. His professional career began in 1974 as an assistant professor of animal science in the College for Agriculture at Southern University. He was promoted to full professor in 1981, and over the years, he ascended to numerous administrative positions to include Chairman, Department of Science, Animal Science, Associate Dean, and Dean and Research Director for the College of Agriculture, Family, and Consumer Science. In 2003, he was appointed to Vice Chancellor of Research at Southern University Agriculture Research and Extension Center. During his tenure at Southern University, Dr. Mellad has received several awards and recognitions. He has published extensively in leading professional journals and has distinguished himself as a leader in several professional organizations. During his tenure at Southern University Agriculture Research Extensive Center, he has received several $1 million in grants from private and governmental agencies. As an administrator for research, he has spent an inordinate amount of time enhancing the quality of research infrastructure of the Ag Center while creating opportunities for enhanced students and faculty development. He retired in 2011. Dr. Mellad and his wife, Celia, have 2 sons and are proud grandparents of 4 grandchildren. Dr. Kirkland Mellad, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hall. Mr. Hall, thank you very much. I'm very proud of the leadership qualities that your students have displayed. At this time, I would like to take the opportunity of congratulating Dr. Orlando McMeans for his appointment to as Chancellor and Dean. I've known Dr. McMeans for over 20 years, 20 years, and I've seen him in action around the Association of Research Directors. I believe he has distinguished himself as an outstanding leader, and I'm pretty sure that with those characteristics, he'll be very successful at Southern University. I would like to take this opportunity of introducing Miss Lisa Williamson and congratulate her for her position. because she has been very loyal and very efficient with the Association of Research Directors. And I'm pretty sure she'll bring those characteristics to Southern University. Okay, research at Southern University Ag Center is, is designed to transform lives through innovative research and education. All research is designed to meet the needs of limited resource clientele. I'll start out by showing you the USDA goals that serve as a conceptual framework for our research programs. To achieve an agricultural system that is highly competitive, to enhance agricultural productivity while protecting and improving the environment, to achieve a healthier, more nourished population, to enhance economic opportunities and the quality of life for people in Louisiana and society in general. These program areas that I'm about to discuss, they were put together strategically by the faculty. And they are as follows: urban forestry and natural resources, sustainable agricultural systems, nutrition and health, economic and community development, and family and human development. I start out with hibiscus because that's a plant that we have spent a lot of time researching. Hibiscus is a flowering plant that is native to tropical and subtropical regions throughout the world. Health benefits associated include lowering high blood pressure, controlling type 2 diabetes, low high cholesterol, and inhibit cancer. A little about hibiscus is that it, it's, it, is, it consists of antioxidants, and antioxidants are inhibit oxidation, which will lead to free. Okay, okay. Now we're studying varietal study of hibiscus to determine the ones most suitable for Louisiana conditions. You have to establish profile of antioxidant among these varieties. Assessing antioxidant capacity of hibiscus, tea, jelly, and jams. I must tell you that these are ingredients that are very important to us. Whenever we have any activity on campus, we usually serve tea, jelly, and jams from hibiscus. And I'm going to tell you that when the legislature meets, we usually have that to greet them down there. Assessing plant-based mulch products and soil properties in urban agriculture. This is something that was done by the late Cameron Abdullahi. Use of GIS technology in studies to track environmental problems. And GIS stands for Geographic Information System. And this is something that is very useful in urban planning. Assessment of UVB absorbent properties among broadleaf trees in southern USA. Broadleaf trees can intercept up to 90% of UVB radiation. And this is the radiation that is very dangerous to us and can cause skin cancer. These trees are able to absorb more UVB radiation because they possess biochemical, biophysical, and genetic mechanism for tolerance. Further studies are being conducted on genetic effect of UVB tolerance by Dr. Chi, using Dr. Chi, the picture there. Evaluation of efficiency of nanotechnology in controlling fungi and bacteria and forest management. Nanoparticles are known for their antimicrobial properties, and studies are ongoing to control Formosan termites with them. Evaluation of hydroponics in producing strawberries and lettuce. And hydroponics is very advantageous in that it is a soilless technique. It does not require a lot of land. It's very, very, very useful. And assessment of the potential in urban horticulture. Then we go to sustainable agricultural research activities in goats. These research activities were conducted in multidisciplinary mode involving an animal scientist, an agronomist, soil scientist, agricultural economist, and veterinarian. And you look here and you see Dr. Sabato, he retired now, and who's this one yet? Dr. Bandelli, and they've all collaborated on these projects. Evaluation of effects of diverse forest systems and the reproductive efficiency of goats in southeastern Louisiana. That's a project that had been around for quite some time. Determination of the incidence of foodborne pathogen on goat meat. Synchronization to get more killing crops to meet the growing demand for goat meat. And synchronization not only lead to more kids, but it produce a uniform crop of kids. And it helps the marketing. Sustainable marketing, the sustainable management practices through intensive sequential grazing system for cattle and goat production. I may wonder why we go into intense sequential grazing. Is that goats are known to be browsers and we as cattle are grazers. So the goats, once they get into a pasture, they would eat the top, the top of the forages, while the cattle would graze the end of story. Effects of mixed species grazing systems and forage quality and reproduction, growth, and carcass traits of cattle and goats. Effects of grazing cattle and goats together and separately on animal performance. Effects of mixed species pastures and growth performance and parasitic loads in goats. Nutritional characteristics of goat meat sausages with added rice bran. And I think the picture on the right there is showing you sausage being made. Okay. Prevention and control of production, limiting goat diseases in small farms. Effects of confinement and protein levels on growth and parasitic loads of kids raised under mixed species grazing system. Okay, nutrition and health. Strategies to understand food labeling among young adults. And this project was performed by Dr. Patricia Nancy, and she's who we were looking at the picture here. This study was designed to examine students' nutritional knowledge of diet and health-related issues. The project was triggered by rising overweight and obesity rates among 18 to 24-year-olds in Louisiana. Surveys documented university students' knowledge of diet and nutritional issues. The results suggested that weight gain rose with age and household incomes, but fell with household size, race, and number of minutes devoted to exercises. Nutrition and health continued. Research has shown that African American remain the least healthy ethnic group in the USA. Delta NIRI nutrition, NIRI stands for Nutrition Intervention and Research Initiative. And They conducted studies under cooperative agreement to develop nutrition intervention strategies in the lower Mississippi Delta through community-based participatory research. Several institutions were involved in, in, in carrying out this project. And in Louisiana, we had Pennington Biomedical Research and Southern University. And Dr. Bernstein McGee, she led the charge for Southern University, and she did an excellent job. The partners were to assist, organize, interpret, and evaluate community-based intervention and develop sustainable interventions at the community level. From this study, it was evident that food insecure adults and children in the Delta region consume diets with a low healthy eating index, leading to risk factors such as obesity. Studies are being conducted in desert communities, food desert communities, to assess their nutritional needs and develop food products to meet these needs. Dr. Fatima Malikian is very much active in this study. Assessment of effect of adding whey protein to sweet potato pies to increase the filling and nutritional value. Studies are ongoing with baby boomers and their families to assess their health and financial literacy. Studies are conducted on the family and human development by Dr. Namwamba. She's no longer with us, but studies were conducted to assess personal protective technologies to offset environmental standards. This study seeks to add value to cotton through digital printing. It blends fiber like kenaf to enhance the appearance and strength of cotton products. And kenaf, incidentally, is an horticultural crop, an agronomic crop that can double up as cattle feed. And you can see some of the prints that she has on display on your screen. To enhance our research impact, we conducted several on-campus and off-campus activities such as field days and workshops. Small ruminant research, that's including goats and sheep, was shared with LSU Ag Center. And these two institutes, these two entities, they alternate the hosting. And from this, from the information provided, then the goat enterprises were established goat production enterprises by farmers in several parishes, including East Baton Rouge. Environmental remediation of saltwater intrusion resulting from Hurricane Katrina. And Urban Forestry did most of that work. And environmental remediation, that was very, very important because Hurricane Katrina led to saltwater intrusion and it led to brackish water. And I'm pretty sure they used reverse osmosis in dealing with some of those problems. Assessment of goat meat consumption and acceptability through sensory evaluation. And goat meat is highly acceptable. It's high in lean and low in fat and low in cholesterol. And as a result of that, it was a very, very important. It was very, very important for our program. Now, Dr. Calvin Walker was a recipient of a U.S. patent for processing crawfish waste as a feed supplement for livestock. And you see Dr. Walker and the right of the screen, and he's displaying some of the crawfish waste there. And something about crawfish, only about 15% is edible and 85% goes to waste. So if you don't find a way of utilizing the waste, then it could become a nuisance. Established pasture poultry in several parishes. pasture poultry was led by Dr. Matnit, the late Dr. Matnit, and from this we have farmers that are practicing pastured poultry, and consumers are more consumers, including myself, are more find the pastured poultry meat to be more desirable. Okay, points of interest. We created an environment which fostered the development of undergraduate and graduate students through experiential learning opportunities. Several of our students have graduated and are excelling in graduate education or are gainfully employed in research. You can see some of the students there, can't recognize some of them there, but they're doing very well. We interacted frequently with commodity groups to assess their needs. And the purpose for doing that is to make sure that our research is always stakeholder driven. Several faculty members have been recognized nationally for their scholarly contributions in research. Now, in terms of challenges, and things have changed considerably over the years. But back in my days, we experienced several budgetary cuts, which led to furloughs and layoffs. And believe me, that was some very trying moments. And faculty had to double up by writing proposals and getting grants for projects in order to survive. Dr. Adel Brown had dealt with that very ably in his presentation. The A.O. Williams suffered from repeated boll infestation, and that limited the quantity of laboratory research. But I'm proud to say that building is under renovation now, so that will just be a part of our history. Inadequate land space to establish a fully developed experiment station. That's my observation. In other words, we need much more land to expand and be more comprehensive. A limited number of research faculty to conduct multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary research, but I understand that the resources are being increased, so hopefully this problem can be addressed in no time. I want to thank you for giving me this privilege to make my presentation, and I'll be open to any question that you might have.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mellad. What are some positive things that you have seen happen in the Ag Center over the last 20 years that you would like to share?
Well, I'm very proud of increasing resources. From what I can observe, you have increased your resources, so I see a lot of growth for the Ag Center.
Thank you for that. You just mentioned a few minutes ago, and you touched on some of the challenges that were faced during your time. Specifically, you said the budget cuts, the mold infestations. What advice can you provide for our current administration in overcoming some of the challenges that you faced?
Well, just make sure to stick with what we have been doing. In other words, make sure the legislature very much involved and are very conscious of the problems that we have. And at the same time, um, just have to just have to work at it. It's as simple as that. Just work at what you've been doing.
Thank you. We also received a question in the chat. If you could discuss the overall relationship with cooperative extension.
Oh yeah, we did a lot of things together. We planned with them. Uh, we work with them strategically. We plan conferences, and we make sure whatever we do in research uh, reach the farmers and the people that we are trying to serve. And we do that through cooperative research and cooperative extension. And we had a great leader in Dr. Gina Eubanks to facilitate the process.
Thank you. Another question that we have, they were wondering, has current innovations in research, have they been beneficial or served as a barrier for 1890 land-grant universities?
No, I think they've been beneficial. Beneficial, yeah.
Well, these are all the questions that I have. I'll turn it back over to our student ambassadors.
Thank you, Ms. Lush. Dr. Arnold McMeans will provide closing words.
All right, thank you. And thank you, Dr. Mellad, for that great presentation on the somewhat of the significance of the research history of the Ag Center over the last 20 years. I also want to let you know that we appreciate your service and dedication to the Southern University Ag Center, specifically research. A couple of things that I took away from your presentation. First, thanks for the confirmation and verification that Dr. Walker actually did some type of research while he was an active faculty member, because I wasn't 100% sure of that. But thank you for confirming that he actually did some work around here. And secondly, I know I have most of my executive team on the call. It was nice to see your challenges and to know that all four of those challenges are being addressed as we speak. So we'll appreciate your presentation, and also personally want to thank you, because when I came into the 1890 system as a dean and director 22 years ago, you were one of those individuals that mentored me. So I appreciate you for the role you played personally in my advancement administratively and professionally. And I really appreciate it. It's great seeing you, and we will be visiting soon. So thank you again, Dr. Mellad.
Okay, thank you.
And at this time, I would like to thank all of our presenters that have participated in this speaker series event. Dr. Leon Tarver, Dr. Leaudrey Williams, Dr. Adele Brown, Dr. Gina Eubanks, Mr. Carl Butler, Mr. Arthur Neal, and again, Dr. Kirkland Mellad. It's been exciting to hear about the historical events, activities, and growth over the last 20 years that really have shaped what we see now as the Southern University Ag Center. I am confident to say that we observed 20 years of success, and certain that we are poised for even greater success. I think this past legislative session and some of the things that we have on the horizon will validate that we are headed in a upward trajectory as it relates to our research, extension, and academic programming. Also, to our student ambassadors, Mr. Rayvon Hall and Mr. Miles Sam, thank you for your roles in the event today. You guys did an outstanding job. As I look back, I don't want to say how many years ago when I was an undergraduate, but having opportunities like this, I look back on shape me as I grew as a professional, because it gave me an opportunity to do some things that took me out of my comfort zone, as Mrs. Lusk will tell you. Sometimes we have to get outside of our comfort zone to grow professionally, and you guys did an outstanding job. And thanks to all of our ambassadors over this series. I think everybody's done a great job. I look forward to hopefully seeing you guys face to face in the fall, and that you continue to be ambassadors, as we will have a number of activities coming up during the academic year. And also thank you to the 20th anniversary committee members for organizing this event. Thank you for taking the vision that I saw and bringing it to fruition. And as I want to make sure that I thank the communications and technology people. We needed you all the time and in every event, because technology is something that uh, often goes wrong, but we're grateful to have an excellent team to facilitate this process and to take care of any glitches that we come in contact with as we've been going through this series, and all that we do. I also want to make sure, because I know my advancement and development officer will be upset at me as we wrap up um, this series. The Ag Center and the College of Agriculture, Family and Consumer Sciences have become intentional in fundraising. We actually have made a resource commitment in this area. And so what we're doing is asking you to support the Ag Center and the College of Ag, the students, the faculty engaging in research, and our extension programs as far as the work that they do. One of the things that I want to make sure that is that we have a diverse funding portfolio. It's nice to go to USDA and seek money. It's also, we're aggressively seeking money from the state that we think is warranted over the years. But we have to also look at other avenues, such as fundraising via private dollars and via alumni giving. So please make a 20th anniversary contribution and become a part of the renowned impact that we make on those we serve. So you can go to the SUS Foundation website and click Give, then Campus Funds, then go to the Southern University Agricultural Research and Extension Center and make your donation. Those funds go to both the Ag Center and the College of Ag. So we hope that you would support us. Make sure you don't hit Law Center and Suno and Susla. That's the SU Ag Center. We want to make sure that you hit the right button. I don't want to give my money to Chancellor Pierre. So just make sure you follow those. And we have that information on our website and also on the foundation website. So just make sure you do that. And so with that, I want to thank all of the participants. I want to thank Dr. Mellad. I saw our 1890 colleagues on the call, our LSU sister institution, just all of our friends and family that make up the what I call SU Ag family, consisting of our college and our Ag Center. And so this pretty much ends our session today. So I would just like to say, enjoy your rest of the day and be safe. Thank you.